fan mail. It was like 9 pages of handwritten letter. It's from a guy who's 72 years old out of England. And he goes, "You're not going to believe this, but I had to write to you because your game changed and saved my life." And then he continues to write. And when we received this at the company and it was read to the company, everyone was crying because he starts to talk about it. He goes, "I was a World War II soldier. I went through this, I went through that. I was a retired truck driver. I drove heavy equipment. I did all these things, you know. My wife had a prolonged illness, and I guess it was hard. And then until she eventually died. So it was like 10 years of really difficult." He said, "I forgot how to laugh. I forgot how to see joy. I forgot how to be positive. I was becoming a grumpy, mean, depressed, and to the point where he wanted to kill himself. And so he had his old service revolver, and he found, I just can't do it. So he started getting really aggravated on himself for not being able to pull the trigger. He's going, why is it? Why don't I have the nerve to do this?" And he said, maybe it's because I still have these few extra 100 pounds in the bank. I'm going to go blow them on the most stupid, frivolous thing I would never buy as a responsible adult. So he goes to the store, he's looking, what am I getting? Video games, he picks out a PlayStation. And he's looking across the titles and he sees Abe and he feels like the face of Abe. He feels like this kind of pathetic guy, doesn't fit in. So he buys Abe. He's 72 years old. The last cash, he's just going to go play a game, have a laugh, and then do it. Get it over with. But what happened, he said, is I started playing the game and I started laughing. I hadn't laughed in years. My grandchildren don't come over. I'm just a lonely old man now. And I had isolated myself and I had had enough. I started laughing again. And as I started to laugh and I was playing, I got into it. And I couldn't stop, and I started identifying with Abe, and I started identifying that I was like Abe, and I had nothing really going for me, but if I just kept going, I could do it. And you built it in so that no matter what, I could be shitty at gaming, but if I tried long enough, I would eventually succeed. And he talks about how this got him past, what am I doing thinking of killing myself? What am I doing not calling my grandkids? So he started having Abe tea parties for his grandkids. They were like, what happened to Grandpa? He's totally changed. He renewed his relationship with his daughter, his family. The BBC did a special on him after this. We were like, this is an amazing story. We gave it to the PR company. And they were like, this is an amazing story. BBC does a show on him, or a special on him. And all of these things, and you find out the games changed someone's life. The games saved someone's life. We've heard that similar story, not with a 72-year-old, a couple of times, how people were lonely, how they were defeated, how they in our experience, they found laughter and they found that persistence would eventually get them to win.